If you're like me, you like to hit the closed door button on the elevator repeatedly because you are very shy in social situations and you just need to be alone in that elevator. But here's the thing. It seems like most of those buttons don't work. Recently in the New York Times, there was kind of an expose on the issue.
Yeah.
In America, at least, it seems like most closed door buttons on elevators don't seem to do much at all. So in the 1990, the Americans with Disabilities Act created a precedent that we would need to have elevators stay open long enough for anyone in crutches or a wheelchair to be able to get in,
Right.
without it closing on them, and that's uncomfortable at the very least. So seeing that most elevators, they have a lifespan of about 25 years. That was 28 years ago. So at this point, most elevators that are made in the modern era have to follow this act. And that means that that button doesn't necessarily do what you think it does.
It's not even hooked up.
Yeah.
We're living a lie. We're being controlled. Get out now.
I mean, David McRaney talked about this, saying if you happen to find yourself pressing a non-functional closed door button and later the doors close, you'll probably never notice because of a little spurt of happiness will cascade through your brain once you see what you believe is a response to your action. Your behavior was just reinforced. You will keep pressing that button in the future.
This is like Westworld again.
A little
We're
bit,
being
which
controlled.
is, do we
Again.
have the ability to choose? And if you're pushing that button, the answer is no. Probably. It seems that most closed door buttons do work in the UK. In the US, though, most don't.
But at least I can rest easy tonight knowing that crosswalk buttons work, right? Those work. Those work?
You will not get a wink of sleep tonight, Jason, because those often don't work as well. The New York Times reported in 2004 the city deactivated most of the pedestrian buttons long ago with the emergence of computer-controlled traffic signals. So more than 2,500 of the over 3,200 walk buttons that were in place at the time existed as, and this is a phrase I like, mechanical placebos. Today there are only 120 working signals in the entirety of New York City.
Well, what about the ones that you press and it says, please wait, please wait?
I mean,
is that just to make us feel better?
May exist to, placate you in some way. It is all about making you feel like you have some amount of control. It is, I mean,
Clearly
I would
we
say, if that button wasn't there, would you miss it?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we want to feel like we have some ability to control our lives. We got to get that elevator down 4 seconds faster so we won't be 4 seconds late for work. And we have to cross the street exactly then. I mean, I see people across the street from me like just hammering on that button. And they're like, it's
not
gonna
working,
work,
man.
it's gonna work.
Not
if
working.
I press it 500 times, it's gonna go
working.
faster. But eventually, as time is linear, it will change and you will assume, as stated earlier,
because I pressed the
that
button. It wasn't.
Your influence did it. But really, none of us have any influence. Which is pretty sad. I mean, this is not for all elevators, not for all crosswalks, but a great number of them don't work at all.
Historians might mark this episode as the beginning of the end of society.
When humans
we
realized
told people
that they had no free will, like in Westworld, and decided to freak out. And then one man named William decided to steal everyone's data and then make guest versions of
Are
us.
we in? We're probably in a simulation now.
It could be.
And if we're not now, there will be a simulation one day that we're in doing exactly this. So either way, we're in a simulation.
I mean, people need to feel like they matter, and people need to feel like they have an element of agency. And oftentimes we do, arguably. You may disagree with that if you are into philosophy. But, I mean, it's just the sense of control is all we need to feel
You
heard.
matter.
Oh, thanks, Jason. But not when I'm pressing buttons to cross the street.
you don't.
Not at all. You loved the video. You will subscribe. You thought I was cool and charming.